Hey there, friends. Have you ever had a lotion that just you put it on and it felt like it absorbed instantly, and you felt like you had to put it on again, and then it just absorbed instantly again, and you felt like you just had to keep reapplying it in order for it to work? Or maybe you've had one that went the other way. You put it on and you wait 5 minutes and it still feels like it's all greasy, and then 10, 20, an hour later you can still feel the greasy lotion that you have on your hands, and you're like, man, can't there just be a lotion that's just right? It's not too thin, but it's not too thick. It's not too watery and absorbs instantly, but it's not too thick and greasy either. Or maybe you wanted a lotion that, could get rid of stretch marks or any other issues. Maybe something that's safe for people with eczema, or something to get rid of wrinkles or aging skin and those types of things. But you don't like the chemicals that are in some of those lotions, not to mention some of the price tags that are attached to many of them as well. Well, I just might have the right solution for you. My family has been making all of our own homemade lotion for about 2 years now, and in that time frame I have had a lot of time to experiment with different types of things. There are lots of different oils out there, and I'm not going to by any means claim that I've used all of them. I haven't, but the ones that I have used I'll go ahead and talk to you about today. And many of the ones that I have used are probably some of the most common ones that are used out there anyway. So the first one that I want to talk to you about is sweet almond oil. Sweet almond oil is probably one of the most basic cosmetic oils out there. It's not very expensive, it's really good for all skin types, and it's really good to soothe and soften skin. Some of the oils that you can use in your different products, whether it's a lotion or chapstick or whatever it is, can be used both for cooking and for cosmetic use. The ones that are for both I will call dual purpose throughout this list, and the ones that I don't mention are dual purpose are not dual purpose. Don't try to eat some of these. Sweet almond oil and whatnot, and some of these other ones are not meant for consumption. The next one, apricot kernel oil. Apricot kernel oil is really soothing to sensitive skin. It's also really good for aging skin. This one is probably one of my favorite ones. I have really sensitive skin, and those of you out there that have sensitive skin, you know what I'm talking about. You end up getting these maybe like red blotchy spots on your skin from, it's not necessarily dry, it's just from being sensitive to things. Or like my mom and I, even though I'm, fairly young to be getting rosacea, we both have rosacea, and that ends up with like red patches on the skin. This is one of the things that you can use to help calm those areas that tend to be flaring up from sensitivity. So I really enjoy apricot kernel oil. I really think this one is a good one for people with those same sort of issues. The next one would be avocado oil. Avocado oil is really high in nutrients, and so because of the fact that it has all these different nutrients in it, it's good for people with skin problems. People that have eczema or psoriasis, things like that, would benefit from using an oil like this avocado oil. It's also dual purpose, like I mentioned earlier. This is one that you can actually use for both your homemade products, but also for your cooking. And I really like it for both of those purposes. The next one would be castor oil. Castor oil is also known as a barrier oil. While some of the other oils absorb a little bit more quickly, this one does not. This one tends to sit on the top of the skin, which can be a good thing for some people and for some reasons. Basically, it's good for if you're encountering weather extremes. If you have a job where you work outdoors, maybe in the summertime it's just really, the sun is just really drying to your skin, or if you have a job outside in the wintertime where that cold wind can be really drying to the skin and things like that. This is a good choice for if you have those types of issues. It does not penetrate deeply. Instead, it sits on the top of the skin, and it can help keep protecting your skin from, getting issues like that. The next one is grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil is another dual purpose oil. It absorbs well and doesn't feel greasy. I really like it. I think it doesn't have too strong of a scent. Other oils can maybe have a little bit stronger of a scent. This one has basically no scent, and I think it does its purpose well, and it's another good one for like a normal skin type. Excuse me. The next one is jojoba oil, which is sometimes called jojoba oil. It's actually a wax, so if you use it, make sure you don't use all of this one. Make sure you use it in conjunction with other oils. It has a very natural feel to it, and it's very similar to the skin's natural oil that it puts out. So when you use this one in your products, it has a really natural and whatnot kind of feel to it, and I like it. I think it works very well. It doesn't feel foreign. The next oil would be olive oil. Olive oil is another really dual purpose oil. It's very universal. It's so widely available. You can find it in just about any, I would say any grocery store. You know, you don't have to go to a health food store to find it. You don't have to order it online or anything like that. And you can use any version of olive oil. You can use regular, you can use virgin, you can use extra virgin, etc. Any type of olive oil will work for your cosmetic purposes. It has a nice natural feel to it as well. It's conditioning and softening, and it's also good for people with normal skin. So if you're looking to get into making some chapstick or some hand lotion or something like that, olive oil can be used all by itself with no other oils, and you can make a batch of lotion for really inexpensive when you're using something like that. The next one would be safflower oil. Safflower oil, again, I don't have any of that right now either. It's another dual purpose one. We really enjoyed cooking with it, and I had no idea it was okay to use for cosmetic purposes until I stumbled across that, you know, somewhere on the internet, and so I decided to try it. It's deeply moisturizing, and it really does work out pretty well, and again, I like it for both purposes, for cooking and for cosmetic use. The next one after that would be sunflower oil. Sunflower oil maybe has a little bit stronger of a scent than most of the other oils. It has a really sunflower seedy smell to it, so if you want to use like another scent in your lotion or whatnot, you might not want to use this one because you would need a lot in order to cover the scent of this. I think it works out really well as a lotion oil or something like that. It's good for dry, weathered skin, it's good for aged or damaged skin, and it's really similar to avocado oil in the way that it acts when it's in a lotion or whatnot. But because of the scent, it might not be right for all purposes. The next ones are ones that you would want to use in smaller amounts. The next one would be vitamin E oil. You can't obviously make a whole batch of lotion with just vitamin E oil. It usually is sold in small capsules and things like this, and it's usually added in just small amounts. I usually add 2 capsules to a batch of hand lotion or something like that. Vitamin E is really good for the skin. It has a lot of antioxidants in it, and it's also an all-natural preservative. When you're making homemade lotions, you need to consider that if you are using all-natural oils and things like that, and you're not using any preservatives in it, then it has the chance of going bad, because many of the oils and things that are in the grocery stores have preservatives in them to keep them more shelf stable. We're not adding preservatives. You can add a natural preservative by adding vitamin E, and it's not only going to help keep your lotion good longer, it's also going to keep, you know, it's also good for your skin rather than some of the other preservatives that are bad for the skin. The next one is shea butter. Shea butter is really nice. I really like shea butter a lot. It's really good for people with skin problems, things that like if you have itchy skin from a rash or an insect bite or something like that, this is really calming and soothing to those issues. If you have damaged skin, if it's rough or cracking, if it's peeling, or if it's sunburnt or frostbitten or anything like that, this can help repair the damage as well as you know, calm the, you know, the skin problems that are there. It's good for people that have blemishes or wrinkles, and some studies have even shown that daily use of lotions that have shea butter in them can reduce the look of wrinkles in 4 to 6 weeks. So using shea butter can help you to get that expensive cream that gets rid of those wrinkles without having to pay the high price tag for that. It's good for stretch marks and stretch mark prevention during pregnancy, and it really does work. Just use it every day and you can help keep yourself from getting those stretch marks. It's good for people with eczema or dermatitis. It's really good for people that have, you know, some really serious skin issues that are, you know, that can cause problems. So, and even if you don't have any of these issues, if you're not trying to prevent stretch marks or have any major skin issues or damaged or anything like that, I think shea butter gives the lotion a really nice soft feel to it. Or chapstick. I really like this in chapstick too. It really has this softening feel. It gives it this like luxurious feel and appeal to it. I really enjoy it. And then the last one is cocoa butter. Cocoa butter is deeply penetrating, and it's really good to soothe and soften the skin, a lot like shea butter, except this one, you know, it can also be used to help prevent stretch marks, but it takes it even a little step farther than that, in that it can help even get rid of the appearance of scars. It works by helping to fade some of the dark colors that scars can often have. So even if the scarring has already occurred, you can help, you know, even though you can't get rid of scar tissue, you can help reduce, you know, how apparent it is by using a lotion with cocoa butter in it. It also gives lotions this like this thick and creamy feel to it, and it also is used to help thicken chapstick to give it that, you know, harder texture. So these last three ingredients are all ones that you would want to use in moderation in your recipes. The bulk of, say, a lotion recipe or whatnot should come from the oils and not from these three. You can't make an entire lotion recipe with just shea butter or whatnot. You can use a little bit, like say when I'm using my lotion recipe, I'll add a teaspoon or two of, you know, one or both of these, and then the rest I will use the other oils. So keep that in mind when you're using the recipes. But basically, you know, with this knowledge, you can make your recipes as simple as just a few ingredients or as complicated as you want. And many of these ingredients work best in combinations. Like the castor oil, again, I don't think you would want to use this one exclusively for a recipe because it is so thick, but if you already have some skin damage and you want to help prevent future damage, you can use it plus maybe an avocado oil or whatever, any of these other ones you want to use. You know, one that penetrates deeply into the skin to repair the damage that's down there, and then the castor oil to sit on the top and to help prevent new damage from occurring and things like that. You can kind of use many of these in combinations to get the right consistency for what you're looking for. So I hope that you have the ability to experiment with some of these, and if not, then, you know, even just making your own homemade lotion can really be a huge benefit. It's much cheaper than buying it from the store, and it has a lot less it doesn't have any parabens, or, you know, a lot less or no of the negative ingredients that many of the lotions on our market have today. Some of the things that are bad for us, because a lot of the stuff we put on our skin we absorb into our bodies, and it can affect us. So that's why I started making my own lotion. And it's been so much fun to experiment with all these different ones and find the right ones that work for our family and our skin needs. And it can change sometimes. Maybe you want a lighter, you know, lotion in the summer and a heavier one in winter, or things like that. Or if someone in your family is having a particular, you know, issue at a certain time of year, etc., you can kind of tailor it to those types of needs. So I hope you found this information helpful, and if you would like to know how to use these oils to make like a chapstick or a hand lotion, those videos are coming next. And I really hope that you found this information helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm Frugal Green Girl, and thanks for watching.